of times though, those first games, they can go that way. Like we've had series against teams where we've lost 6-1 in the first game, but we've ultimately come back and won the series. So we know Swarm has the ability to take games off of Kings of Urban, but now losing that first game, especially in a best of three, puts them in a really, really tough spot, because if Kings wins this next game, that's it. Kings is moving on in the winners bracket, Swarm's in the losers. But I wouldn't count them out just yet. But you're certainly right. They're going to have to play much better than they did last time. Really, I didn't even see one moment which Swarm kind of was in a position to really be dangerous and score. Kings of Urban really set the tempo of that game from the beginning.
Oh yeah, Kings of Urban controlled that game from the get-go. There were very few chances that developed for Swarm. Nothing that really came together well enough for them to, I guess, do anything with. So it's a little bit surprising, again, like I said, just to see them kind of really have to fight so much when they were so close to basically being the #1 team in Europe for so long. And that's against Flipside Tactics, who, again, like I mentioned, arguably the #1 team in the world right now.
Yeah.
So,
but another point though is this new Kings of Urban squad. They recently added Jacob, and after doing that, they beat Cosmic Aftershock as well. Which for us in North America, Cosmic's our #1 team right now. So yeah. Kings is really making a claim right now that they belong, and I would not be surprised to see them win the whole thing based on what I've seen them do recently. But really, you could say that about any of these teams. They're all just so talented, but Gambit scares the ever-living hell out of me. I swear. When I'm playing solo threes, if I see Gambit on the other team, you can't not be ready to be in net and block the ball, because he will put a powerful shot from pretty much anywhere on the map. And also, if he's got boost, that little gizmo, I don't know what he does with it, but he is so good at dribbling the ball. It's insane. So really, any team with Gambit scares me. And Kings of Urban looking very frightening today.
Yeah, rightfully so. I mean, they are, Kings of Urban has always been a very dangerous team, even before the recent roster change. So now that they've figured out kind of what they needed to do, where they needed to adjust, they brought Jacob on board. And you're right. I mean, they're looking just devastating right now. They are... I never expected them to 3-0 Swarm. So
yeah.
I don't know if that's just a little bit of a lapse in Swarm side, if that's just Kings of Urban coming to their own and emerging now as the dominant team. But that makes things really exciting here, because even if Swarm drops to the lower bracket, and we now can see Kings of Urban, see how far they can get. I'm excited.
Me too.
Simple.
Me too. So right now we're waiting for the teams to switch lobbies. Because these teams are from North America and Europe, it would be an advantage if all of the series were played on one region server. So after that first game, we're just going to a short break while the teams get situated, and we set up with a server in I believe it's going to be in the European region now. But we are going to just hang out for a little bit while that gets done. But we just had this little info blurb in. Cosmic Aftershock fell to Complain 5-1 in the first game. So that's pretty insane. Cosmic, wow.
That is. I mean, we know Cosmic is playing with a sub. Gibbs not there, so Kyle Mass filling in, former Kings of Urban. I was kind of looking forward to that Kings of Urban Cosmic meetup. A little bit of that old school storytime vengeance situation going there.
Yeah.
But Complain, I'll be honest with you, I saw them play in one of the last events that I cast. They are a very dangerous team. They played in the last ESL tournament that I shoutcasted, and they are really a stellar squad, and they ended up winning that tournament. And I'm interested to see how far they get and when they really start to meet up against some very solid competition. Because the last tournament I watched them in, they were in a tournament with a 2/3 Swarm. And what I mean by 2/3 is there were only 2 of them playing, and they only played 2v3 throughout that tournament.
Yeah.
And Flipside wasn't in it. So when you don't have those two teams at their full strength in the same tournament, it does kind of put a little bit of an asterisk on it. Because you got to wonder, hey, how do these teams compete? But now, Rocket Royale, full squads, full power, best in the world. This is a chance for all these teams to really shine. So even if a team doesn't win, I think their performance here dictates really what you can expect out of them in the future. And I'm sure it will even impact their position on power rankings because this is serious competition.
Undoubtedly, undoubtedly. And really, like you were saying with Complain, they beat Peace Haters 3-0 in the qualifier tournament. So if you guys would go and check out rocket-league.com, hopefully our mods will be posting that in the chat. But Complain, really, they just cruised through to this Sunday event. So not a surprise that they have the ability to take a game in such sure fashion against Cosmic. And I can't wait to see them later on today.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more from Swarm. Probably going to see a little more from Cosmic Aftershock too. You know, if they do end up dropping to the lower bracket, I'd like to see kind of who they match up against, what teams they're dealing with. But this is very exciting. I love the double elim format. It makes it so much more exciting to see. You get so much more interesting competition. And a team doesn't just have to rely on, oh, you know, we just dropped 2 games, so now we're out completely. We actually have a chance to kind of move forward here.
Absolutely, and here we go. Game 2, Kings of Urban up 1-0 versus Swarm Gaming. This is a very important game for Swarm. If they want to extend this series, they have to win this one.
Yeah, and if I know Swarm, they do not want to go down to the lower bracket in 2 games. They want to try and stretch this out, hopefully keep their position alive here. And
that's how you do it!
That is what I'm used to. You know, I've seen a lot of Pashy. He is their striker. And look at this setup from DeBoer, high off the top of the crossbar. Pashy comes in and just drills it home. Beautiful play. That
was a great play. And really, when you start getting to the higher level, those are very dangerous types of shots that are going to bounce off of the backboard. Because you saw how Pashy, he was already up in the air before that ball even hit. So reading that bounce and getting to it first is critical. And Pashy did that and was able to put his squad up 1-0.
Oh, and right now, I mean, here comes Kings of Urban trying to get back on the attack, put something together here. But, yeah, that was a great move for Swarm to come out early and try to get some points on the board, establish that they are not going to go down lightly here. But they have to keep the momentum going. That's what it's all about.
Yep, so Jacob with a phenomenal block, keeping the ball in the zone, picking up full boost, so he's going to be dangerous. Gambit keeping the ball in the zone still. You can see Jacob trying to get out, but he hits DeBoer, messes him up a little bit. But still Kings of Urban putting great pressure on, trying to prevent this clear, waiting for an opportunity for a shot to come up.
Yeah, so far they are looking just fantastic. There's
what a long shot! Oh, that was close.
Stocky looking for a gap in the defense, but couldn't quite make it happen.
Up DeBoer with a great setup ball. You can see Gambit and Jacob both going up for that. Fortunately, Jacob won that one in the air, but still Swarm keeping this pressure on pretty intense.
Oh, you can see that play get set up off the corner. I think he was trying to get a good hard angle shot on it, but didn't quite get there. Defense was in a good spot to turn it aside. But right now, I mean, it's looking a lot better for Swarm. I will say that. The positioning's better. The opportunities are better.
Dangerous
and
ball.
As I say that,
there's no one in net, but no one from Kings of Urban could capitalize. Yeah, this is a much more even game than we saw last time. Both teams able to get the ball and prevent the enemy team from clearing it. But oh my goodness! What a long shot! We got to go on board with Fireburner to see how he pulled that off.
Oh, look at this! Just comes in.
Oh, it was a pinch.
The big long distance pinch. Pashy nearly got to it, but just drills into his own corner. Because I mean, that, you know, you can call it an own goal if you want, but to be fair, that was all certainly just too high speed, too hard to stop, and
oh, we could have another one quickly.
Oh,
Jacob putting the pressure on. Fireburner coming to try to get that in a place where they can put a shot on. But what we saw there was a pretty interesting game mechanic in Rocket League. If any other player, whether it's on your team or the enemy team, if they touch the ball either right after you shoot or just before, then for some reason it adds just an incredible amount of velocity to the ball. So what we saw there was Fireburner getting an incredibly fast shot off of a not so powerful hit, just because those players, you know, had that interaction. So just one thing to pay attention to, and it's referred to as a pinch, and you can also do it off the wall. So just something to keep your eye on for.
Yeah, I mean, you see that a lot coming off walls, really good clears. Usually that's what it can be used for a lot, or just to try to get long distance setup sometimes. But yeah, when you can get a mid-air pinch like that, it just adds so much power to it, makes it almost impossible to stop, like you saw with Pashy. He was coming in full bore on that, but still was too late.
Yep, so we've only got a minute 50 left, and it's tied 1-1. So this is this is really close. Swarm's got to win this one, though, and you can tell that they're trying their hardest. They're getting a 1-2 play right here. Stocky trying to bring this up the mid, but Gambit with his trademark physical style just blows Stocky up.
Yeah, you could see, I mean, Swarm's trying to go back to their normal style of play here, which is a very aggressive 3-forward play, but it is very easy to punish. And with Kings of Urban, you know, they're such a good team that they can very easily punish that. So Swarm has to play it really careful, especially when the game is all tied up like this.
Yep, now we're on a break. Jacob doing a good job forcing the issue down on the blue side and continuing to keep the ball in the corner. DeBoer not letting that ball come out into the mid and also getting that clear. So really solid play by DeBoer. And now could be dangerous. All three members from Kings of Urban went for that, so they're all out of the net, quickly recovering. If someone from Swarm had been there to put that on net, that could have been bad.
Oh, speaking of which, they're coming in again aggressively. That was a really risky play by Kings of Urban to put all three on the ball like that. Kind of a mistake to really commit like that and leave the gate wide open. But fortunately, they weren't able to be taken advantage of by Swarm.
Yep, and you can
Swarm
see
will do that to you.
Oh, yeah, yes, they will. Pashy going for that dribble. And Stocky, he just had to put that on net. All members out. DeBoer trying to finish it off. That could have been so bad for Kings of Urban. Nobody was back in net, but unfortunately, Swarm couldn't put that in. And now it's King's turn, but no one back to put that ball in net. So we're seeing some opportunities. 10 seconds now. This one might be going into overtime unless Kings can put that in.
And just wait for the rule of one.
Oh, dangerous ball! This could be it! Gambit going! Oh no! Fireburner coming up and it's in! Wow! What a play by Kings of Urban keeping that ball alive! I can't believe it!
Unbelievable. What is with Kings of Urban and these last second series winning goals here? That was just ridiculous.
Oh my goodness.
And Fireburner just drills it into the lower part of the net, and unbelievable to take that series.
Yeah, that's unreal. That means that Kings of Urban is now advancing to the next round, and Swarm has been knocked down into the losers bracket. So what a finish. What an incredible series. Best of 3, Kings of Urban taking it 2-0. Man, and what a style to end it on. I can't believe that they were able to pull that off. That's the kind of stuff that you see every once in a great while, that last second win. That's like the equivalent of a buzzer beater in the NBA finals or something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I had this feeling. You said this game is probably going to go to overtime, and I'm like, now that you said it, it's not.
Oh man,
that seems to be the rule. Once you acknowledge the fact that the game could go to overtime, somebody does something ridiculous, just like Fireburner did, and wins the game, gives Kings of Urban the 2-0 series win, so they get to move on. And now Swarm has to fight through what I'm sure is going to be a very challenging losers bracket.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, pretty much anywhere you're going to be in the brackets for today's event is going to be hard. You know?
Oh yeah. But if you got to play more, it makes it even harder.
Exactly.
The less you got to play, the better. So winners bracket's definitely the way to go if you can keep it up. But
absolutely.
Good for Kings of Urban, man. Absolutely,
man. So for you guys interested, if you want to see what the brackets are looking like, it's rocket-league.com. Our mods will be posting links in chat. You can go there to see what the qualifiers, what they looked like yesterday, the results, and then also you can follow the results from today, and then also just kind of understand where we're at in the tournament, the games that we're casting. So really an awesome first series, finished in such great style by Kings of Urban, but we're just going to go to a short break here while we get the next matchup for you guys. So if you guys just want to stick around, we'll be getting that to you in just a moment. Thanks for watching that first series. We'll be right back.